plot holes in zombie movies that they haven't explained yet clearly. That so when they eat them, right? When they eat them, do they know when to stop and said, nope, we're trying to turn this to a zombie, or nope, we're trying to eat it? You know what I mean? Like
Right.
with Chambers, if Chambers didn't blow up herself, that's a pile of zombies on her. You know, like.
Right.
Are they biting them to turn them to a zombie, or they're biting them to eat? You know?
That's a nice one. That's a good one.
I forgot my water. Too bad we don't have an assistant to grab us water. No, it's okay. It's okay. All right. Okay. Why are you laughing?
Where's your water at?
It's somewhere. No, don't grab it. Dude, did you not see your path? Like, demolish the whole table by the time you...
For cases like this, I had some emergency waters. You want water?
Where?
In my drawer.
Yeah, it's still gonna take you to get out of that. It's okay. Just leave it. Let's just die in thirst. All right. Okay, well, thank you for listening and watching to your favorite podcast. This is the Maximum Filipino Show. This is your favorite podcast. Just admit it. Just tell your friends. How's it going, bro? How are you doing?
Doing good. Had a wonderful nap today, so I'm feeling great.
You did a 10-minute nap?
Yeah, it was a great 10-minute nap.
Oh my gosh, that wasn't a 10-minute nap.
It was nice and long.
That's what she said. But okay. I feel like I have my voice sound like I have a clogged nose, but I don't. Maybe maybe I'm just a little bassy. Okay, it never ends. It never ends. If you're doing a podcast with me, it's always gonna be like this. It's always gonna be like, oh,
check the sound.
I don't like that sound.
Yeah.
I don't like that light. That camera's crooked. Ugh.
Well, you have to be satisfied, so you gotta make it work.
Yeah, we have most of the stuff. About, I would say, 95% of the stuff that we need. We have it. It's here. We got a great lighting. You know, I won't complain if we have another one, but that's asking for too much.
Yeah. The other 3% would be like a
3%. I said 95.
Yeah, the other 3%.
Oh, if you had the studio, that would be like 80%. That we have. That's studio will be a lot better, because. Oh no, it's not even 80%. It's like, because you still have to put waterproof, soundproof around it to make it a lot better. But yeah, but we got a good lighting, we got a great camera, we got a good microphones, a good mixer that I still can't figure out how to use it. There's got to be something that I'm not doing right in this mixer, because I can't be just getting this kind of volume, because it's weird. Like sometimes, like last time we shot a podcast, it was loud enough,
right,
that I didn't have to do any of these.
According to all mixers or what do you call their
sound tech?
Yeah, sound tech. No matter what, you have to keep changing it. It will change all the time.
Right? It's so weird. It's like, and this is not just analog. It's also on digital.
Yeah,
you know,
no matter what.
Like you would think that digital will be smart enough that, okay, I'm gonna save this and nothing's gonna change. You know.
Well,
like,
the settings will save, but I don't know. The sound quality just keeps changing every time.
Yeah, like right now you are loud enough, but I don't feel like I am loud enough in my ears. And you can't turn it up here because this will be different.
It could be recording. These, but I'm not sure, because according to the information I just found, looking at the ohms, or the actual term is impedance or impedance, depending how you pronounce it, tomato. The higher the ohms, the damper the sound. The lesser the ohms.
Oh, that makes sense. So when we were playing band, when I used the earphones, the earphones, everything is louder in my ears. Like everything I can hear, like the bass, I have no problems hearing the bass. My problem with earphones, it slips out. Something weird in my ears. It's not oily. Okay, don't judge me. It's not oily. It's
not
just
every earpiece or tip is fit for everyone. If you read fit for all, no, not every ear.
So
fits.
But with headphones, I like it because it just stays there,
Yeah.
and I don't have to worry about ears or anything like that. And it's kind of disgusting putting someone else's ears in your ears.
Earwax in
It
your
kind of sounds
ears.
sexual. But so when I use this for drums, and I can't barely hear the bass. Like you can't barely hear the bass, but everything sounds so clear. This is a very comfortable headphones. You know,
Yeah, 80s is just in between both the high end and the low end.
the 250, but they're still asking for too much. That's a lot. All right, we're doing Afterflicks. If you see the title, we're not doing like sound tech. This is not TMFS sound tech 101. This is Afterflicks, and we're doing we're doing Netflix special or Netflix original movie, which is, what's the title?
Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead.
By, or directed by.
Zack Snyder, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Surprisingly directed by Zack Snyder. We didn't really expect, I didn't expect that we're going to do this this Afterflicks. I mean, we had an initial plan of doing it at different shows. We're currently watching a certain show.
And we have a bunch of shows lined up.
Yeah, we have a bunch of shows lined up. This is why I love movies, because movies is just one sitting and done.
Yeah,
you know
beginning
what I mean?
and end.
Like TV shows, you have to remember every single thing that's what's going on. Unless we do the same thing that we did with The Boys, that every episode is we do podcasts. You know what I mean? That's a different story. Or with WandaVision. Yeah, but with TV shows, it's just one sitting. It's like, this is too much information that I don't even know what's going on. I probably don't even remember what's happening. We probably should take notes. But with movies, it's just one sitting. That's it.
Maybe we can just schedule ahead of time and then we'll watch in between those times.
No, we can't do that. Well, especially if the TV shows just drop one time. You know what I mean? Like this TV show that we're watching is just one drop.
Well, I'm just saying that giving time for those who are who wants to be in this, and
that's their fault. Okay, so we're doing Army of the Dead. This was a 2021. This is a very recent movie.
Yes.
I don't think we've ever done any more recent than this in Afterflicks.
Movies
and TV show. I guess you can say WandaVision is the most recent. You know, like recent. Every week we're doing that. But when it comes to movies, there's nothing really. It's
in
like,
terms of our Afterflicks.
Yeah,
right?
Afterflicks. Yeah, I don't think that we have any movies that we did an Afterflicks that this recent. It's usually like a year ago or 6 months ago. You know, things like that.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay,
yeah,
that makes sense.
So, like what Wakka said, this was directed by Zack Snyder. What do you think about the movie?
Okay, I would say this: the movie it was a great movie. It did a great part in mixing for a man or someone who is always invested in a movie or in the show, who's like, it's in it for the whole moment of every scene that comes on, or it really played with my emotions. I just didn't know how I feel about it, but it did a great job in messing me up, and whether I like it or not, or feel bad or feel great, but it was very irritating.
Why?
Because a lot of things just went bad. I mean, not that I was expecting a happy ending, but it was just...
I see what you're saying.
There was no conclusion. There was just bad here and there.
Yeah, we can talk about that, how the flow of the movie. But what I think about the movie, well, I think what was the other Netflix movie that we watched that I really liked?
Movie though, right? Or just anything original?
Yeah, Netflix specifically.
The only one I noticed that you really liked a lot was Queen's Gambit.
Queen's Gambit, that's right. But when it comes to action movies, because we've done, at least for us, we've done Underground 6. Underground 6.
You guys did, I didn't.
Yeah, we did it with who's the
Jed? No.
Yeah, but who's the main cast in that one?
He was
Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, right? And then Devil All the Time. I consider that as a action thriller. You know what I mean? That was fine. Yeah, but I'm talking about just actions. You know, like that includes action in it. Because Queen's Gambit's not really. You know what I mean? It's more like a drama.
Psychological.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say Devil All the Time was a psychological movie?
It's suspense, so it's part of it. Well, because Queen's Gambit is psychological, but it's not suspense. You know what I mean?
Right.
But with this one, compared to the few action movies that we've seen in Netflix original, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say this one's even
good.
better than Powers. The one that
Project Power, that's right. Yeah, that's another one. But was that Netflix? That was Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, Project Power. This one's a lot better than that for sure. The acting was good. The director was great. So you can't really complain about that. The writing was good for the most part until you head towards the end.
The closing of the show.
Yeah,
or
the
movie?
ending of the movie. But like I said, we can talk about that later. Let's start with your favorite non-main character, so not including Dave Bautista.
Okay.
Because Dave Bautista is the main character of the main character of the movie. So who's your favorite non-main character?
I think I was so far. I'm trying to think of anyone else. Actually, I do a few others, but so far the one on the top of my head is Lily Coyote.
Lily Coyote. Okay.
Yeah, where she came out all sweet and nice to that one. I guess security character that just joined the group going out, who was made as a sacrifice of trade. It just showed how cold-blooded she was. She just took the gun, shot him, and let's use him as a sacrifice. Come on, everyone. He's an a-hole. He's a penis.
Are you talking about crap? Who's that guy that they hated?
Yeah, exactly, that guy. I don't know.
Bert Cummings.
Bert.
Yeah, Bert Cummings.
Where his character was such a snotty, high-nosed. I don't know how to describe his character, but raping other women and that. I mean, he did playing that role of that kind of character was great. I just Lily being a badass, just killing her. That was pretty spot on. That was pretty nice. And,
I just think that. Oh yeah, go ahead, finish your.
Oh no! So far, she was my favorite. I mean, I had a few others who I liked in their growth in their relationship.
Yeah, so a lot of the deaths in that movie, besides the towards the end, okay, a little PSA, public service announcement, warning, more like a warning. If you haven't seen this movie, stop right now. Stop right now. Watch it, because we're gonna spoil the whole thing.
Yeah.
So stop right now. Watch the movie and then come back. We're still here. We're still gonna be here. We're not leaving. But if you don't care for the spoilers, or if you're not planning to watch the movie and you just want to listen to our podcast to support us, we appreciate you. Then stay. So the Cummings, the guy, right?
Yeah. I think he was
Bert Cummings. Yeah. I think his job was to just scan people and make sure they're not infected, right?
Yeah.
And anything like that. So I think I called it. I knew that that's what's gonna happen. Towards the movie, that when they sacrifice him, they're not gonna kill him right away, and I knew for sure he's coming back a zombie.
Oh yeah, you did call that. I remember towards the end of it.
I was like, yep, I knew he's gonna be a zombie. But my problem, I think, was him coming back as a zombie was a letdown, because what happened? He just got stabbed. Like, there's nothing really intense moment of them fighting against each other,
right,
when he turned to a zombie. You know what I mean?
So his role as the zombie didn't spark, or it wasn't a big. Pretty much, he turned a zombie, tried to get payback, or if he was thinking, but they just
like, there's no purpose for it. Like, if they killed him off and he didn't come back as a zombie, there's no difference. You know what I mean? Like, him coming back as a zombie and him just like them just killing him off. That's it. It's the same thing. Like, there's nothing added to the show, to the movie. You know what I mean? Like, if he came back, let's say if he came back as a zombie, and then even his death was so anticlimactic. Like, how did he die? He just got stabbed, didn't he?
I think he got stabbed, or was he? Did he get thrown? No, no, that was the other guy.
Yeah, that was the other guy. I'm pretty sure he just got stabbed, and that's it. That nothing really special happened to him, or
it's probably it. His death was not important to the point that we don't remember how he died.
Right. That's why I said them killing him off, from the get-go, and him turning to this scene that they did, there's no much difference. Like it's okay, we hate the character, but that's it. You know what I mean? So that was my problem. My favorite character though, my favorite non-main character is what's his name?
Dieter?
Guzman. No, not Dieter. Guzman. Dieter, I was a little annoyed with him. Because he asked too much questions.
Well, he was like
he's
a virgin to killing zombies and so forth.
Yeah, but still, he's like, okay, so how much force do we need to use to hit them in the head so they could die? Like, I can actually picture you asking those kind of questions, to be honest. You know, like, okay, we're going to shoot him in the head. Okay, which part of the head? The top? The bottom? Does it make any difference if from the back?
Well, they specified killing the brain. You know, the brain is the important part.
Right, but he also asked, he said, how much, like, you know, what's
how much pressure, how much
right, yeah.
To hit a rock on a zombie's head. He
just asked so much questions. But anyway, Guzman. I like Guzman. Because he he said, so what happened to his friend, right? He's like the Logan Paul of that period, because he's an influencer, internet influencer. He's popular in social media, and became popular because he loves killing zombies and he loves risking his life in there
and making a game out of it.
Right, but he also has limits. He said, "Nope, I'm done. I can't do that when they're doing the after they open the gate and there's booby traps." Remember?
Oh.
Is that nope, I'm done. I can't do that. It's like, but he has his own limits. You know what I mean? Like, he can do almost anything when it comes to zombies. But when it comes to booby traps and things that can kill you, which doesn't make any sense because zombies will kill you. He gives up. I can't do this. But he's really funny. And how did he die?
He died by being a suicide bomber.
He died by that's a very heroic death too. So it's sticking awesome. But yeah, so he's my favorite character. I think my second favorite character will be what's his name?
Can do seconds?
Nobody told you can't. Vanderl or V.
Van for short.
Yeah. So Dieter called him V.
They or at least Van.
No, I think Dave Bautista called him V. He has like a small nickname of, V or something like that.
Well, he has a nickname for sure.
Yeah. Because Van is already a nickname, so they shouldn't up just calling him V. But yeah, so I like him. I like his character. He came up with to avoid the booby traps, let's bring zombies. Let's bring two zombies.
They were just asking how are we gonna say
which I figured that's what they're gonna do, or that's what he's planning to do.
He was one of my other favorite characters, where he was he was a maniac in a smart way. Like, if you notice that he says things that are very smart, but his smart mind goes towards wild actions or wild behavior. Like, I mean, he was a brilliant guy to go up there to bring it down, but that for an example, where the scene where he meets up with David Bautista and the other chick, to offer a deal. He was saying things like, I'm confused and mixed emotions whether to be out there, to be here. I don't know if I lost myself, in a very in a very smart manner. And then he sat there and says, "Yeah, let's go do it."
Yeah.
That's his character. That's how I see it. But yeah, he was one of my other favorites. My other hold
on, can I finish my thing first? So I like V, like what you said. He's like the daredevil, and he wanted to do something between him and what I like with him. Hold on, what I like with him is he's trying to train. He's so annoyed with Dieter, but he's trying to train him. Like, he wants to be around him because I don't know, for some he's so annoyed with him. Like, he does. I don't even know. I don't even know if he likes him or not. But all I know is every time DJ opens his mouth, he was just gonna give him this nasty look. Like, are you seriously saying this right now? But they have like a love-hate relationship between the two of them.
Yeah.
I don't know about Dieter, but with V for sure. But Dieter ended up saving his life towards the end, and the combination between Guzman and V being them together in that one area is just it's a perfect clash. But they're not intimidated towards each other. Like, they know what they're going to do.
Right.
And then he came up with I don't even know how he came up with the hand heating up the end. Like, that's so that was so left field. Like, how did you come up with that idea of, oh, okay, so if I heat this up, they're gonna follow it?
He was saying that it's not the flesh that they want the heat.
I know, but how did he know that? Like, was he experimenting? It's like, okay, I'm just gonna experiment this. I found a hand of a zombie, because it's not even a human anymore. The hand wasn't a human.
He's probably just like, he was like, let's just give it a try. Put it in the microwave, warm it up, see what happens. Because you like to experiment things,
right? But the movie doesn't seem like he's trying to experiment. Because if I'll be director, I'm not as good as Zack Snyder, of course. But if I'll be director, if I want to portray that he's experimenting, they would have showed something else besides that one scene. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it wasn't an experiment. It was a for sure thing that he knows that's what's gonna happen. Because we never mentioned throughout the whole movie before that the zombies are attracted to heat instead of the smell of the flesh.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? It's just, next thing we know, someone's microwaving a hand. Like, what the heck? And then he picked it up and tossed it, and then the zombie followed it. So yeah. Who's your other favorite character?
Chambers. Well, more like a favorite scene, not necessarily favorite character, but my other favorite character would be,
I thought you said Chambers.
I did say Chambers, but it's more her scene than her character.
Okay.
But it will be my two favorite characters, because they were together, as you were just saying about V and Dieter. Their character, their bond, their love-hate relationship kind of developed over time through the movie. In the very beginning, like you said, V was very annoyed with the guy, but as time went on, the moment they clicked was when V, who I was very, 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 not V, Dieter, who I was very jealous, where he first picked up a gun, and his first 2 bullets that he shot were spot on when he was training on it. I barely could hit that much of an accurate target. His accuracy was great, but that's where V was like, not bad for a first try kind of attitude.
Yeah.
And Dieter tried to connect it, but he just dropped the ball on that. And then the second time where they clicked, and I think they finally had their moment together, was when they finally made it to the safe, where he said something very philosophical, and V was like, I like it, let's do it. But their character development was amazing. The way I saw how V towards Dieter is like, he was an older brother who was annoyed by his little brother learning new things, when he's, look, let's try to get this done right, just get with it, with the program. Yeah,
but the whole thing shifted when because the only reason why V was portraying or acting up like a bigger brother than D, because like what you said, that was Dieter's first time. Like, he's so,
yeah, exactly,
he's not aware about, not familiar or educated enough about killing zombies or killing in general, holding a gun and things like that. But the whole thing shifted when it's Dieter's time, trying to figure out how to open the vault.
Right.
Because he was opening it, and Dave Bautista came in, and it's like, okay, what's going on? He's like, you need to shut up. And then he's like, tell your partner to shut up, because I need, and he did his whole ramble. And then by that time, he's like, nope, this is my world now. You guys' world is killing zombies and doing all these things.
Basically, this is my territory.
This is my time, and you guys are not going to F this up. So the big brother, little brother change up after that, because after that, Van is like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna say anything. You know what I mean? What is your favorite scene?
My favorite scene was her. I guess it was just a very cameo of hers, but the action part where Chambers was betrayed by the annoying head of security, who was there for another vendetta or another agenda. She was the partner with Goose.
Okay.
Her part just being a badass woman killing.
Are you talking about right in the beginning?
No, towards the end where you know how they were in the building, and every zombie was hibernating.
Uh huh.
And then
oh yeah, that chick. Okay.
Yeah.
The Mexican chick.
The Mexican chick. So I just thought that was my favorite because it was
Guzman's friend. Yeah.
Yeah, she was badass, and she died as a similar heroic death as
Guzman.
Goose,
Yeah. Yeah.
going off with a fire. I think that was the highlight when I was yeah. That's my favorite scene so far.
I was trying to think what was my favorite scene in the whole series, because the whole movie, because there was a lot of action stuff going on.
Yeah.
But I think one of my favorite scenes was when they tried to recruit V, because they, in the beginning of the movie, they're showing that these are the original people that
the original life.
The original people that are part of the group of Dave Bautista, right? Which was Scott Ward. They were originally the OG group of Scott Ward. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then they started adding up all these people, like the chick, V, and the helicopter chick.
Yeah.
They're all in the original group.
Yeah. In that beginning, I thought it was pretty interesting because it wasn't really in part of the whole. I guess it's kind of a third, fourth wall break. I don't know how you describe it. How they were. I don't know.
Hold on before you, because I'm gonna forget what I'm trying to say. Let me finish my favorite scene. So V was such a bad A, and with the saw and cutting everything, right. cutting zombies, and then what's his job after that?
Helping old people to swim.
Helping old people. No, it was physical therapy in water, like water therapy, and that's what he was doing. Like, this dude was such a bad A, killing zombies and all these, and what he's doing, water therapy to old people.
I think it was the same for for V it was more emphasis on how they were doing such a great thing and just dropped. I mean, but I think it was the same for all of them. Like, for example, Dave Bautista was or Scott Ward was awarded by the president of honorary whatever for saving so many, but now he's working in a.
But that's the business that he wants to do, and compared to cooking, he was a chef in a restaurant to a water therapist.
A chef in a restaurant.
Yeah, because remember he was flipping burgers when they came in.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Oh, or you mean Scott Ward? Oh, yes.
Scott Ward, yeah.
Because I thought you were talking about Van when he says, water therapy.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying, because you told me all of them have a letdowns, like,
okay, yes.
after the whole thing, and that's what Scott's job. After the zombie killing, he was a chef, and then V, after all the killing, he was the water therapist.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, very two different worlds.
Yeah.
But talking about the beginning, how they were introducing their Scott Ward's team, I like how the idea was to show their before and after life. You know how they did I don't know if you've seen those commercials where it was like a sad scene. You see those guys holding a picture like, this is me then, but you look at me now. I don't know if you've seen those.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty interesting. That's like, I don't know what you call it, breaking the third or fourth wall, or is that
I think it's just more of an intro.
I thought that was funny though, because it's not related to the story, but basically understanding who they were and who they are now. Right.
Yeah. I think it's more of an intro. Because it's like, because in almost every action movies, like Team A does that. Like, here's the leader, here's the mechanic.
A-Team?
Yeah, A-Team. Did I say Team A?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, A-Team. And they're introducing every characters.
Right.
So that's what they're doing. And I think my other favorite scene is when Lily dropped the queen's head. When she dropped the queen's head and then just splattered. Oh wait, no, Valentine. When Valentine was killing the other the other guy,
the head of security.
Which, by the way, Garrett. Yeah, Garrett. What's his real name? Garrett. Dillyhut. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that name. He was in the show Raising Hope. It was really funny, but his character name is Martin. That's his character name. He was Tanaka's
head of security.
Yeah, head of security. Yeah. During the Valentine killing, I think that was a very worth, because we all hated Martin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We all hated him. That was the worth killing for a person that we hate. You know what I mean? Like, compared to Cummings, like, oh, okay, you got killed in the hands of Kate, who hates you the most.
Right.
All right, big deal. But I don't know. So yeah, Martin's death.
I'm glad Martin died. I've been low key though. I honestly wish it was a much better death, or more from the death, because it showed that he was still trying to fight for his life. He fighting that zombie tiger. Yeah. Whoever came up with the idea of a zombie tiger. I mean, if there was a zombie dog, why not have a zombie tiger? Yeah. But I was annoyed. Like, can you just kill him already? Because he was like fighting for his life. Though his death was satisfying towards the end, getting eaten. But yeah, Valentine, was your favorite scene?
Yeah, one of my favorite scenes. So my favorite line, one of my favorite line is, it's actually coming from Martin, and it was Valentine. When he saw the tiger, it's like, that's crossing the line. Because it's true. I mean, we've never seen a zombie animal. Now, if you're gonna say I Am Legend, they are not zombies. They're not sick. Zombies. They're
the only other animal zombies were in Resident Evil, and that's why I just mentioned zombie dogs.
Yeah, zombie dogs.
But anywhere else, nah. I haven't seen any other type of zombies.
No, that was because even in what is that other movie where they found other animals, but they're not zombies. I think it might have been Last of Us, when they see lions, like all the zoo animals are out. No, it wasn't Last of Us. I forgot what movie it was. So they were walking around the city. I know it wasn't Last of Us. And then they see a lion, and then the lion even saved their lives from zombie attacks. So there are animals. Oh, it might have been I Am Legend then. Yeah, it was I Am Legend. Yeah, it was I Am Legend with every other animals. With the deer, and they saw a family of lions. Right. What do you call a family of lion? Pride. They saw Pride. But never we've seen, at least for me, I don't know about you, but at least for both of us, we've never seen a zombie animal. And then you have that, and that's why Martin said that's crossing the line. That's crossing the line. What's your favorite line?
I couldn't catch any favorite lines because I was too zoned into the show. Yeah. But
if you're watching with movie. Us, if you let's say you guys became our friends for some apparent reason, and you watch a movie with both of us, you will see the difference in how we approach movies. Yeah. I'm the guy who will just sit there quietly watching the movie. I have some times where I will talk, and that's when I'm not really invested and interested in the movie. But when it comes to Afterflicks, if we're doing a podcast for it, I'll be sitting there quietly, just watching.
But I don't know what changed with me. Because before, when I watch a movie, I'm too zoned in and don't talk. I just focus. Yeah. But I don't know. Recently, I'm starting to open up.
I think the way your brain works is you have to hear your thoughts. You know what I mean? Probably. So you say it out loud.
But it was never like that before. But now that I do talk a lot, just to hear.
Maybe you're not. Maybe also you are not that invested when you're watching movies. Now you're like too invested in this part of your. Part of your Probably. Brain just comes out. It's like, yo, I'm here. okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna talk the entirety of the movie, and then we're gonna ask some stupid questions that we're both watching the movie, and he's asking questions like,
that
why
could
is
be
he
answered
there?
in the movie.
Like,
Yeah.
just wait, just chill.
Yeah, you can tell we're two different guys.
Right, just chill. It's gonna come out, and if it doesn't come out, then get frustrated and talk about it in a podcast. You know, like it doesn't make any sense why they showed the scene and like nothing happened. You know, speaking of which, let's talk about goofs. Let's talk about trivia real quick. Some of the trivias that I found in IMDb. But there's also some that I noticed. I don't know if you noticed them. So there's 2 trivias that I found in IMDb. There's actually a lot. Whew. Okay, let's see. That's a lot. So Dave Bautista turned down an offer to appear in the Suicide Squad 2021 in order to work on this film. So it was supposed to be in Suicide Squad when this happened. So a red camera package was intentionally blown up during the car crash in the opening sequence in order to film the scene from the perspective of one of the cars. A red camera cost $15,000 at least.
Wait, it was damaged in...
Yeah, it was intentionally damaged, so they will get that footage. Which, let's talk about some footages in this.
Wait,
in this
which
movie.
footage that...
The car crash. In the beginning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in the beginning scene. Let's talk about some of the angles. So I've been doing videography. I'm not professional, but I've been doing videography for weddings and for a lot of those stuff. And I have been noticing some angles because that's important. You can have the most expensive camera in the world, the best lighting in the world. You could be the best editor,
right.
But if you don't have the great angle, you won't be able to speak the emotions that you want to show in every scene.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, the angles in this movie is so good. Like the focusing, the walking, you know what I mean?
One of my favorite how the camera style, I don't know for the lack of term, is where they were fading out or blurring things out where I guess to show tension or do you know what I'm talking about, where it seems like it's a vivid memory or a bad vision.
Yeah.
So some of those were like, that's a brilliant idea. That's nice. I thought it was cool.
Weren't they going back and forth in memories?
They were going back and forth in memories, but they were also using that same concept where the intensity was high and they were trying to choose whether to do this or do that in those kind of moments.
Yeah. And then the blurriness of some of the scenes where one example is when Scott Ward killed his wife. You know what I mean? That was very, very blurry, very not so clear because it's a memory. You know what I mean? Like that's what I would imagine my dream. If someone put a video of my dream, that's how would I imagine it. Like nothing is so clear in the background. It's just me doing something that I'm doing in my dream. You know what I mean? So and then I think one of my favorite camera angles and flow was that in the room where the zombies are hibernating. Like that was good angle. Like all of them walking. I can't imagine it's either the cameraman will be on the ceiling, you know, floating, or he's walking backwards with them. You know what I mean? With the people. But that was a really good scene. That was a good camera flow.
Where they were in the hibernation area?
Yeah, when they were walking through the hibernation people. Yeah, hibernation zombies. Yeah, they had a lot of good angles in there. And then when they entered the building, there was I noticed this when they entered the building. So remember, this is Vegas. There was a zombie outbreak in Vegas. This is what I don't know if you guys noticed. Most of our Afterflicks, we don't reiterate the movie because we assume you've already seen it.
Right.
But so this happened in Vegas. This zombie outbreak is just in Vegas. They barricaded the whole place. I have a lot of questions in this movie, but I'm gonna keep it. Until later, they barricaded the whole place, and so like I said, this Vegas. It comes with a lot of entertainers, magicians and all that. So when they entered the building, there was a billboard on the wall. It's called Larry Fong, and he was doing magic. And I noticed, why is that thing in there? Because the name doesn't sound familiar for a magician. Because usually some of the magicians that they have, some of them, not all of them, but some of the magicians they have in Vegas are really popular. You got Penn and Teller, and
Right.
David Copperfield, David Blaine are all in there. But Larry Fong, I was like, I wonder if that's the same Asian dude that I watch on Facebook. And I don't know why he cameoed in this movie. So I googled Larry Fong, and he was a popular videographer. So he's like a very popular videographer. He's a videographer for a lot of Zack Snyder movies. Yeah, like Batman vs Superman and,
So you
and
think
things
it
like
was
that.
thrown in there just to say thank you?
Yeah, I think it's just a cameo, pretty much. It's like
thank you, Larry.
Right. Yeah, right. Like, I edited or I did something in this movie, so I'm gonna put my face in there. In retrospect, it's like he did the magic
Right.
of the movie, and in the billboard, he's a magician. You know what I mean? He did
I
the
see.
magic. Like, this is my magic. So anything that you noticed weird about the movie?
I thought it was funny how they tried to make the zombies seem like they were, well, at least one zombie, to think he was some kind of heroic or epic leader with a helmet on.
Oh yeah.
With a cape on.
Yeah.
Oh, another animal that was also a zombie that
The horse.
yeah,
Yeah, the horse was a zombie.
that was trippy. I was like, okay, they did introduce the tiger, but the horse, yeah, that was another one. But I thought that was pretty hilarious, where the idea of these zombies have some kind of intelligence, and he wants to play the hero.
Yeah.
Or some kind of heroic role with a helmet on and the cape. And I think he had a staff too, or something like that. I can't remember. Oh yeah, he did have a staff, but it was the
What is on the end of that staff? Was it a head?
it was a head.
Oh.
Yeah, but there was nothing there after, towards the end, because he used it to attack Lily,
Yeah.
which was a very strong strike. Before she dropped the head.
Yeah. And he chose Olympus building.
Right?
Olympus.
Yeah, where Zeus
so
and
he's
so-
like,
yeah.
so that makes him like the king of Vegas, or the king of that territory. And then we first saw him after the outbreak.
Mm-hmm.
He was standing on Statue of Liberty, which makes him like
Yes.
he gives the liberty for all the people in that
Right.
place. You know what I mean? Like, the symbolism where he shows up, it reflects on who he is. So I just saw this trivia, and it says that tiger was a live tiger.
Wait,
It wasn't CGI. It says it's a live tiger, carefully decorated, and makeup was used for some shots of the zombie tiger, with a trainer present at all times. And then as for the computer generated model, it was one of Carol Baskin's tiger from the iconic Netflix documentary series Tiger King. So some of the shots they used a real tiger. I think when the tiger was walking around, because I don't think it was a real tiger attacking Martin. That won't be a real tiger.
Yeah,
you know?
that would be.
Yeah, that would be a.
The
Computer
Zack
generated.
Snyder or whoever is putting their money on the movie will be sued. Will not be part of that murder scene.
Right? Yeah.
What other trivia's? I mean, that brought your attention, because that's actually interesting. Some things in there too.
This one is more of a just videographer understanding.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a videographer, this will probably impress you. It impressed me. So director Zack Snyder chose to shoot almost entirely with natural light. He didn't use any studio light.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I wonder. No, it's got to be CGI. Like, a lot of those places will be CGI, but they do CGI outside the building. You know what I mean? Like, they have some. So they're outside, but a whole wall will be green, and they're walking around. I've seen those before. They do.
Yeah,
they do
they
that
do.
with I think Lord of the Rings
Yeah, they
or
did
The
a lot.
Hobbit. Yeah.
Lord of the
Oh,
The Hobbit more.
Yeah, The Hobbit more, but it was a Zack Snyder movie too. It's the Justice League, they did that.
They did?
Yeah, they did that in Justice League. And
I thought he just
in the
added some scenes. Did he redo the whole thing?
I think so.
Oh, if he redid the whole thing.
Some of the scenes, some of the fighting scenes are different than the original.
Well, right. I just assumed he just tweaked it by adding on top of what already existed. I didn't think.
I don't know how would you edit that, but the Batman vs Superman, they did that. I remember. So Zack Snyder's second zombie apocalypse horror project since Dawn of the Dead. He did Dawn of the Dead, 2004. Yeah,
that wasn't so bad.
Yeah, that was his directorial debut. He wrote the first draft of this movie 10 years ago. Nice.
Army of the Dead?
Yeah, Army of the Dead. Interesting.
So he did this way before the game came out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, Chris D'Elia was supposed to be in this movie. Look at that. Chris D'Elia got a ton of problems, so he got kicked out.
What movie did he play?
Chris D'Elia is a popular, he's still a popular stand-up comedian. Yeah, he was there.
Oh, okay.
A lot of the characters in this movie are, would you say they're popular?
Only two people I know.
Dave Bautista and the chick, right? The chick that liked him.
No, she was new to me. The one who I thought that were more popular was Dave, of course, because we all know.
Yeah.
What's his name? The black dude, Van.
Van was popular.
He was. He played in another movie, but he was maybe more BET, more black movies.
Oh, okay.
And who was the other one? Goose. No, I don't know about Goose, because I feel like I've seen Goose in another movie. But for sure, you already named that one white dude who was a comedian. The security.
Chris D'Elia, yeah, but he's not in there. He got kicked out.
No. I'm talking about the security that died.
Oh, Martin. That's right. Martin was popular.
Yeah, those were the only.
I thought Van was Michael Jai White, but he's not. So some of the questions. What are some of the questions that you have in the movie?
Well, you already answered it. It was like, why did they do that intro? Because when I saw the intros of each of their background, I just thought about those sad commercials where they're trying to make the audience more to sympathize, to buy more, or to support or send donations to wherever this poor program is happening. Using sad scenes of the kids, or using I don't know but you answered it. It was just basically an intro, just to tell them this is who they were before and look at them now. Question was the very end, but then I read some things in that might kind of answer, but then it might not be how it ended.
With Van?
Yeah.
Or with Kate?
No, with Van. Well, I get Kate. It's pretty much a repeat of a scene between husband killing the wife and now the daughter killing the father. But yeah, my question was, why did they end it that way? But then I was like, okay, this is probably just beginning end done deal. But what I read is that there just might be a sequel to this movie. Zack Snyder's thinking of doing a sequel, but it's just a word out there. I don't know when.
No, I mean you can kind of see it coming, because three things, right? Three of the signs why there will be a part 2. The first one is Van's still alive, right? They didn't end with Kate, which, by the way, I called the Van will be still alive. I knew he's still gonna be alive. I didn't say it out loud.
He was in a very safe, big safe. I just didn't think he was gonna get out. There's no way out in that.
No, there's no way out. You're stuck in there. But so I knew he was still gonna be alive. And second, so he would have a ton of money. So three things, right? The first one, he will still be alive, and then they didn't end of him, because I can imagine him. I can imagine ending the movie of him opening the vault and then throwing the money, and then and then that's it. It will end like that.
It will just make it real.
Yeah. So basically, the ending is Kate, but the post credit scene will be Van coming out of the vault
and
alive. But they continued him walking and seeing a car, and then the second sign will be going in a plane. No, actually, not going on the plane. Getting bitten.
So I think what they did here is similar to the ending. I don't know if you've seen the movie. 28 weeks later.
Right. Hold on. Let me finish this. So 3 signs that I know there's gonna be a second movie. He's alive. He hopped on a train, and then the second one, he's bitten, so he's infected. And the third sign that nailed it, that I for sure know there's gonna be a second movie, is when the PA system and the pilot said, "Welcome to Mexico City."
Yeah.
So
I
when
think
he
it was
said
New Mexico. I think.
No, Mexico City.
Mexico City.
Because I know he's trying to move out of the United States. So when he said "Welcome to Mexico City" and he's bitten, I know for sure they're trying to make a second movie. Yeah, but you said 28 days later.
Yeah, 28 weeks later. So just to chime on to the whole, I guess it was Mexico. I thought it was New Mexico when I read it. How the whole zombie or the effect, those that was affected was in only Las Vegas, right?
Yeah.
So in 28 weeks later, the whole zombie apocalypse or the sickness that happened all only stayed in London. It didn't spread until they thought they had hope, where they found a cure, but through the drastic situations, the cure was somehow affected or infected, but they didn't want to say anything, but they were transferring the body out.
Yeah.
And then after that transfer, there was the end scene where the helicopter crash, and they see that it spread out through Italy, through other parts of the country. So I'm thinking that the sequel will be just similar to 28 weeks later, where he ends up crashing into another country or another place and starts infecting them as well.
Yeah. Do you have any more questions about the movie before I do my ramble?
Rambo?
Ramble.
Your ramble. Okay. Let's see. No, not I can think of right now. But.
Okay. So, one of the things that I noticed, the first time from the get-go, the first thing that I noticed was, I think it might just be a cameo because they're coming out of Area 51, but we had to replay it. There are 2 lights that were on the sky when the army was leaving the base.
That's right.
So I thought it would be explained all throughout the movie,
but it never.
So it never did. So it might be an origin story. If this movie boomed and became big and viral, they might do an origin. Not might, but I know they're gonna do an origin story of the first infected, because he was a soldier.
Yeah.
The first infected was a soldier, based on the necklace that he had, the dog tag. Either he was a soldier or he stole it from the soldiers that he killed or turned to a zombie. But he was wearing a dog tag, so I assume he was a soldier.
He was human before.
Yeah. So like I said, either that's a cameo or just a little wink from Zack Snyder that it came out of Area 51, so you see 2 lights that left, or they're connected to the whole zombie thing that's happening. So that's the first one from the get-go. The second one that does not make any sense to me is when the infection happened in Vegas, right? They moved out the people that survived out of Vegas. They moved them out. It's just outside of the perimeter. Like, that does not make any sense. Like, yeah, we get it. The zombies might not be smart enough to stack themselves, just like World War Z. Stack themselves so they can pass through the barriers.
Right.
But why would you put them like literally right next to, like, here's the infected place of Vegas, and here's the barrier, and they're right next or right on the other side of the barrier. Like, that does not make any sense.
Well, if maybe it's because they knew that as time went on, nothing's gonna happen, because remember how Lily said when they came out, all the zombies were just dried, not dead, because apparently they just need to get soaked. They need to get.
Well, but they didn't know that not until Lily came out and checked.
Right. Oh, that's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just didn't think anything rained in Vegas because it's so hot and dry.
Right. So, yeah, that part doesn't make any sense. Like, you would think you move him like maybe like a mile. You know what I mean? Like 2 miles away or 5 miles away from the
safe zone or from the red zone or whatever you call it.
Oh, they call it what do they call?
Quarantine zone?
No, not headquarters. I forgot what they call it. There's a word for it.
Base.
No, I'm talking about the Vegas itself. I don't know, but they there's a word for that. So
Ground zero?
the ground zero, yeah. They move him like miles and miles away from the ground zero. Now you might think, well, what if some people are, infected and they want to keep it closer to Vegas? Vegas is desert. So you can be like 10 miles away from the Vegas, it's still going to be desert. And you can move closer to Vegas, it's still going to be desert. Like there's no difference. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's no difference. The only difference is people that are in there, and you might think, oh, they're trying to join in with the army. So army can do, the military can do the research they're supposed to do closer to the ground zero. But yeah, I mean, you can put all the survivors miles and miles away and then camp out with the military close to the perimeter. You know what I mean? Like that part doesn't make any sense to me. What else? So I had a question before in my head, why how did they barricaded the whole Vegas strip? Because it was in Vegas Strip, right?
Yeah,
not the whole city of Vegas.
No, it was just the strip.
It was just the strip. So how did they barricaded the place? And then I realized, oh, they might have done something. And on that part, I was like, oh, I'm just trying to make sense of the movie now. But they might have done something like call all the zombies on one side while they're barricaded, right. And then call them back on the other side while they barricade the other side. But so that was one of my questions about the ending of the movie. The other side is, and you asked this during the movie, what happened to the mom when the whole helicopter fell? We saw Dave died, we saw the pilot died, we saw Kate survive, but the mom, never seen her.
Yeah, like they just totally forgot her. Right.
And the whole reason why the pilot and Dave Bautista died, because she tried to save the mom. Like, yeah, that was stupid. And then all the I think Zack Snyder just went mayhem with all the killings of the main characters. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, because nobody survived, but Kate.
But Kate and Van, but we don't know if Van's going to continue.
Right. But still, Van will.
Can we say that Peter died?
Oh yeah, he's dead.
Okay, because all you see is just his last moment with Van.
Yeah, and but closing. And I get what you're saying, because there's a rule in movies: if you don't see the body, they're not dead. Yeah.
True, but yeah, I didn't know what was that all about. Every like you said, Zack Snyder really went all out. Just the characters build up, and then they just died. Mm-hmm. Even the helicopter girl, she came back because due to some kind of conscience, conscience, whatever, tomato, and come back to save them, but then they died.
Right.
I was a little annoyed by the daughter too, because she didn't realize how. I mean, I get it, her heroic part of her, or trying to be a good kid, finding hope that her mom is still alive, which she was, which I don't know why the villain kept them alive.
Kept who alive?
The 3 girls.
Oh, so Lily explained that
I know she said something that they're picking them one by one.
Yeah. Because remember when before the queen screamed, he was already beating up one of the girl.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So he was doing that. That's why one of the guys that Lily said. Well, Kate asked her, "Did anybody survive?" He said, "Yeah, there was this guy that I thought I dropped him off." Or left him, and I thought he's dead.
But he came back.
Came back, and then he explained that, we were sitting in the room. They picked us one by one, and then I just so happened to escape. So, because I think that was his plan, just to take one of them at a time.
Right.
Yeah.
And build an army.
Yeah. So not all zombies can turn other people zombies.
Why?
Because think about this. If Martin's plan, because Martin's and Tanaka's plan is just to it's not about the money.
It was to get
It's about to get a zombie army, right? If all zombies can turn other people zombie, he wouldn't have to go in that whole thing of getting the queen. All he had to do is just grab a random zombie that's walking close to the perimeter.
They call it the Shamblers.
Yeah, the Shamblers, and then cut their head off and then take them.
But that's not what they wanted.
No, they wanted someone that can turn other people zombie.
No, I think. Yeah, you might either turn other people zombies or to be able to control them, because those who were bitten by the main alpha, because he was the only one that bit them all. Yeah. Turned him to be intellectual.
Well, we don't know if he's the only one that bit them all.
Well, whatever sacrifice that came from him.
He can't be just passed around.
I mean, anyone could have been, because if you've seen in the beginning, every zombie or every person who turned to a zombie just bit other people and they just turned, but they were mindless. All they want is just to eat and bite others. Right. But the zombies that they wanted was the so-called alphas, where they were more intelligent, how Van described them. Mm-hmm. They wanted them, and in line in what you're saying, to be able to build an army to control them. And probably they're wanting to use one that is able to control somebody or to communicate with them.
Because this is what I think what they do with the zombie army. What they would do with the zombie army is like in Attack on Titans, where if you have a Titan, a group of Titans, all you have to do is just drop them in a city and turn everybody zombies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, that's the zombie army that I'm assuming, because he never said that we want a zombie army that we can control.
Well, it's if it's anything related with military, because the scene that after calling Tanaka, he was with among military folks from America, generals and. And anytime in any movie when it comes to war power or generals or anything military, it's more firepower, manpower, but to be able to control them. Right. That's typically what I have noticed in almost all movies that involves American or movies like this with American soldiers or American military.
Right. But okay, so if we go with that, how would they control the zombies with the zombie head?
Well, how would
the zombie understand what they're trying to say?
True. I mean, they have a brain that's live.
Right. And what's stopping the zombie queen attacking them instead of attacking other people?
With no head? Huh? With a head, just a head alone?
Yeah, commanding the zombies that they just turned to attack them instead of, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, they also try to not to think less of America. I'm just speaking my mind. Yeah. Trying to make scientists of America look so good that they're smart enough to figure it out.
How to? I don't know. I think to me it's just smart. I think that's a loophole of the movie. Like they're just the loophole in a way that they can't find any connections, or they didn't figure out the connections on why we have to look for the alpha itself.
Right. Or alphas, I mean? They said.
Yeah, or alphas themselves. You know what I mean? Like there's no connections to that. Like, okay, so if you want to build an army and turn them to a zombie, just grab a random shambler and you can turn any other zombies.
Oh, you know another thing that was trippy?
What?
Is that a zombie was pregnant.
A zombie's pregnant, yeah. Pregnant zombies is weird.
Another thing. Have you noticed some of the things that they've shot? Maybe it's part of the game that I didn't know. Some of the zombies that they shot had blue liquid popping out. Yeah. Well, is it just their version of blood or something special about them? Because
every time they shoot zombies,
some of them were just regular, but there were certain zombies that also blew out blue liquid.
Did you know? It's the those are the. So I also have that. I noticed that some zombies have blue eyes, like shining blue eyes. You know what I mean? Like I think that's a different type of zombie. It's got to be a different type of zombie. Like the movie didn't explain it.
Yeah,
there's no explanation of why their eyes are blue or why their bloods are blue, and then the baby is blue
and then
turn to red, or turn to some other color.
Other color faded off. Now I remember. Yeah, I was like, "What's with the blue liquid?"
I think that's just a different kind of zombies.
True.
We just assuming because the movie never never confirmed it. And then with the soldiers, it's funny because one of the soldiers in the beginning scenes, the main zombie ripped his mouth open, right? How's he gonna bite other people with that mouth? What a useless zombie! And you can't turn other people by scratching them. You know what I mean? It has to be a bite.
Typically, yes.
Yeah. So how are you gonna, what? And then the tiger zombie and the horse zombie. So you're telling me someone bit those animals?
Right?
Just to turn them zombies?
Or
maybe just try to eat them. Maybe they were trying to eat them. And then they...
I mean, some of their flesh were falling off, but...
That's with that said, that's another questions that I have with all zombie movies that can turn other zombies by biting them. So some movies like some games like Last of Us, Warm Bodies, there are certain zombies or certain bite that can turn you to a zombie, but some zombies will just eat you for meal.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think this is one of the not loophole, but plot holes. Why am I keep saying loopholes? Plot holes in zombie movies that they haven't explained yet clearly. That so when they eat them, right? When they eat them, do they know when to stop and said, "Nope, we're trying to turn this to a zombie," or "Nope, we're trying to eat it." You know what I mean? Like with Chambers, if Chambers didn't blow up herself, that's a pile of zombies on her. You know, like.
Right.
Are they biting them to turn them to a zombie, or they're biting them to eat? You know.
That's a nice one. That's a good question.
Yeah, because Cummings, the rapist guy, there was a pile of zombies on him after the main zombie bit him on his arm, and then threw him in the middle of the empty pool, and then a pile of zombie.
You don't see any marks.
No, you don't see any marks. Like they don't regenerate.
That's right.
You know. Like when does the zombie said, "Oh,
he was done." A perfect looking zombie. That's right.
Yeah. But there was a pile of zombie just biting him.
It never dawned on me on that one. That was nice.
Right.
Yeah, because now I'm thinking about all the zombie movies I think about now. Where is the line to stop, to turn, and to eat? Right.
You're right. In Last of Us, if you finish that, I think you finished the first one, right?
I did finish the first one.
So in the first game, when crap, I forgot their names. Ellie the chick, and then who's the dude?
I forgot his name.
I know. So them, they ended up going this house where there's a bunch of people meeting up like a family in a farm, and they had someone that's wounded, got bitten or something, and they brought him upstairs. But even with that doesn't make any sense, because I think you turn to a zombie when you die, not necessarily not just when you get bitten. I think when you die. Anyway, so they brought him to the farm, right? And they served him food, and it turned out these people are eating people. That's why he told Ellie, "Stop eating that," but it's too late. Ellie already took a bunch of bite, and then their friend that was injured, he's the one that they're eating. What they did is they cut him half. And then the bottom half, they were eating it. And then the upper half, they were saving them. The mom died because the upper half of their friend turned to a zombie and started crawling and ate her or bit her.
In the movie Warm Bodies?
No. In Last of Us.
Oh, Last of Us.
Yeah. We're talking about Ellie. Why'd you go to Warm Bodies?
I thought you switched this. I was like, what?
No. I was talking about, Last of Us. And then half of the other half, the upper half part, turned to a zombie and started crawling through by the stairs and bit the woman, the mom. So, you know what I mean? Like the point is, when do the zombies like, okay, we have to stop eating now because this person is a zombie now? You know what I mean?
I guess when the flesh is dead, because they're technically dead but walking. Yeah. Because none of the blood.
So when they die.
Yeah, when they're going back to what Van did, when their blood's not, when their body's not warm anymore, like life is out of them. See when you're turning them to zombies, the death of both Scott and was it Martin, the one that was annoying?
Martin. No, Cummings.
When their death of turning into one made sense. Well, aside from the drastic.
Yeah. Well, we didn't see the death of Cummings. We just saw him.
But what I mean is that the leader of the alpha zombies, just took a bite. He didn't like chew his skin off like for Cummings, but for Scott, he got a very chunk of meat out of his. But it makes sense because one bite will be good enough to turn you one versus.
Right. Well, even with that, the plot hole will be: does the bite kills you or the bite turns you into a zombie?
I think
or both.
No, it kills you. Based on all the zombies concept or theories, that it would kill you. You're dead. You're pretty much dead. But what keeps you alive, of whatever how they turn you, is that the instinct to eat. That life part of eating alive flesh. But then it doesn't make sense why only humans. When other
so the bite will kill you. There's a poison in the bite or venom. There's a venom in the bite that will kill you,
and then it will also turn you.
That will also turn you. Okay.
Yeah, that's the concept theory. Or the concept theory. That doesn't make sense. But that was the theory, that it will kill you first and then you'll turn you.
Okay.
But some of the zombies in some other games or movies I've seen doesn't make sense because traditionally zombies come from the grave.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's just like this one. The Army of the Dead is coming from the grave because they die.
Oh no! What I mean, like grave, literally.
Oh, literally, like plants,
popping out
like
of the
Plants
grave.
versus Zombies, kind of thing.
So those you can't explain. How did they turn to zombies? Like unless they were bewitched. Like because zombies then were more towards dark witchcraft and stuff of raising the dead. But now it's
what's the best one for that? Hotel Transylvania. Like those zombies are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those zombies are like that. So yeah, that was one of the plot holes.
Makes sense.
Yeah. What else? What else do I have? Oh, one thing. Oh my gosh, it's one of the weirdest scene in that entire movie. Is Dave Bautista in the Vegas slot machines, and he was running. This is before Guzman dies. He was running with the gun and just swinging it and then shooting at the same time, and for some reason hitting zombies. You remember that?
Not just
he wasn't running. He wasn't just running. Remember. He was
jumping
hopping.
from
he was he was hopping and then just swinging it and then killing them one at a time. Like what?
The aims were accurate. I don't know. Their accuracy was just phenomenal. Like every shot counted.
Yeah. That don't make any sense to me, but it is what it is. Yeah. What else do you have in this movie?
Like I said in the beginning, the overall, it had played with my emotions since I was so invested in a way, where I was mixed with emotions, where everyone's character were in a way annoying, or I was feeling their annoyance, like again Dieter and Van, or Martin or Cummings, or even the daughter. The daughter was somewhat annoying with her heroic attitude, not knowing the weight or the value of what was going on, but yet she's trying to maximize this hope that they're alive and she's gonna go out there and save them, thinking that everything is gonna be fine. So it did its part. The movie is a great movie, where it was a good movie.
Oh, and also that was a nuclear bomb, right? A small nuclear bomb.
A
small nuclear bomb. Van should have died there.
Died because of radiation.
Because of radiation, not because of the bomb.
That was the first thing that came out.
He should have died from the radiation. Should have been dead there. Same thing with the I don't know. Maybe the people in the helicopter should have died from radiation too. Because that's not. If you get blown away, you're not far enough. You know what I mean? Did you know that? The game? What is that game with the nuclear bomb? You played that game? Not BioShock. Crap. What is that game?
I was thinking
the building game.
Building game?
Yeah. You build a city and then there's radiations everywhere, and then you make a suit.
Oh, Fallout.
Fallout. Okay, so the guy, the logo guy with the blonde hair, and he does this.
Yes.
You know what that means?
No.
You don't know what that means? I thought before what that means was okay. You know, he's giving you a wink and an okay, right? So what this means when you do this is when you see an explosion, and then if the mushroom cloud is if your thumb is covering the mushroom cloud, that means you're far enough.
No way.
If not, if it's not covering by your thumb, that means you're so close. You're gonna die from radiation or the explosion.
So basically, the thumb is the measure.
The thumb is the measurement.
If the thumb is covering all of the
mushroom cloud, you're far enough.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Who came up with that idea?
I have no idea. So that's what they said. That's why in Fallout, the guy was doing this because he's measuring the mushroom cloud.
It's like, am I far enough?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, apparently, none of them were.
Right. That's a fun fact for you. So how would you rate this movie?
I will give it a 6.
You give it a 6. I will give it a solid 7. I like this movie. In comparison to a lot of 7, in comparison to a lot of Netflix original movies, action movies. So if it wasn't actually bad.
If I wasn't with this guy, I would have gave it a 9. But his mind of how he critiques movies and shows kind of affected me.
Yeah.
So
because it's still a Zack Snyder movie. You know what I mean? It's still a good.
Don't get me wrong, it was a good movie, but
yeah.
I give it a 6.
Yeah, it was still a good Zack Snyder movie. Yeah, the casting was great. Dave Bautista's acting was phenomenal in this movie. He was so great. Good.
If ever he ever listened to this, bro. I don't know. I mean, there's this rumor going out that you're worried of how you look for a 50-year-plus-year-old guy and quitting Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I don't know. You look great. You look way better than I do. I'm about 30-plus years old, and you're 50, and you look. I thought you were like mid-30s.
Yeah, and he's Filipino. He's half Filipino.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, dude. He's half Filipino.
Well, nice.
Dave Bautista.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, he got a Philippine flag on his shoulder. I think it's in his shoulder. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, he's half Filipino.
Reach out and show some love to the guy. He looks great.
I think it's on his chest. I don't even remember. But
he has a lot of tattoo.
Yeah, he got a lot of tattoo. But yeah, so it was a solid 7. The casting was good. The deaths were phenomenal. They're unique deaths. Like I don't think I've seen the same deaths in the main characters. They're all different. Like, let's talk about all the deaths, right? So
I know about Scott died with a shot.
Scott Ward. Well, let's start from the. I guess we'll try to
from the beginning to end.
Yeah, we'll try to remember all the deaths from the beginning.
Though, right?
Yeah. Just the team. So the first death was Chambers. Chambers was the first.
It wasn't
death.
Chambers.
Who?
Oh, he.
Cummings got dragged all the way to Olympus, so he didn't die.
Fair enough. Okay, then Chambers was the one who died.
Yeah,
first.
Chambers died first.
Heroic death ish.
Yep. That was really cool because she like made it all the way in the hall.
Right.
Like okay.
She
that's
was such a
another
badass.
thing.
Maybe she's just cute.
That's another thing. Like they had the time to save her.
Yeah, even Goose. I don't know what stopped him though.
I know.
I mean, he had the time and his accuracy with a shotgun. I think it was a shotgun. Was it?
Oh yeah. So here's another thing, right? So why didn't Goose assume from what he saw, you know, from Chambers, from what he witnessed, why didn't he attack Martin? Because he was already asking him, like, where's Chambers? She was just right behind you.
I guess the pressure and everything from there. Oh, you mean like after the fact?
Yeah, after the fact. Like next scene after Chambers' explosion is them walking towards the building. Like, I would assume he will be attacking him or punching him. Like, this is your friend. This is one of your closest friend, and this dude just left her. You know what I mean?
Bad for Chambers. She was cute and she died.
All right. So we got Chambers, and then let's count Cummings.
Well, Chambers and then Cummings. I think Cummings came up.
Yeah.
And then the next death was, you know, it could have been.
It would be Dieter.
No, it wasn't Dieter.
Who?
It was the girl.
Oh
Crush.
yeah, that's right.
Her death reminds me of.
Oh my gosh.
Mortal Kombat.
Right. But okay, so. Oh, so the detail, right? The detail of this movie is awesome. That when her head was twisted 180 degrees,
The spine,
right?
just
The spine popped. So that detail was awesome because you've never when we see
a
people
head
getting
twist?
their twist, their head twist, we don't see
It's
any
just a
bones.
twist, but her head
but
was
it makes sense that the spine will pop out.
Yeah, because the way how she was twisted seems like it was like rubber that's ready to
Right?
go back, but then the spring came out.
Yeah, because it snaps. That's what happens. It
Right.
snaps.
But I thought when the head spins,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because it's just another
Yeah.
connecting to your spine, and when you spin it out of it, you just disconnect it.
Yeah. So okay. So the idea is, it's like a stick, right? It's the
Right.
stick. It's one branch,
Mhm.
right? If you bend it, some of the parts of it will still stick up, but it's broken.
That
you know
makes
what I mean?
sense.
And the bone is so hard that your skin and your muscle will. Because imagine, I don't know. So that's the idea.
Mm.
And
was-
and same thing with Scott Ward when his arm broke, right? When they were in the plane, and you can see bones sticking out.
Mm.
Yeah. So the
Okay.
detail,
You're right.
detail
The
in the
details
movie,
are pretty good.
yeah, pretty good.
Um,
So you got that chick died, and then
then
Dieter,
Dieter-
assuming allegedly he's dead. If he didn't die from the zombie, he would have died from the explosion.
well,
for
I
sure.
would assume because the one that was right behind Dieter was the main villain.
Mhm. No, I mean, like I said, if the main villain said, "Okay, I'm not gonna kill you because you seem like a good guy," he would have still died from the nuclear
True.
explosion.
Well, fair enough. That's right. And then what followed was Goose. No,
Goose.
not Goose. It was Martin.
It was Martin. That's right. It was
Yeah,
Martin.
because he realized
Yeah, that dude didn't turn to a zombie for sure because
He
his
just-
head was crushed. His
more
whole
like
face.
eaten.
Yeah.
That tiger just ate him up.
Yeah, he's ate him up.
Yeah, he just realized that he didn't have the head.
Yeah.
And,
He's like, "Yo, heads up." Okay, so yeah, he died, and then
it
Goose,
was Goose.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was
the helicopter chick.
Lily.
Oh, Lily, that's right. What? How did he kill her?
Well, basically, he was just there. It didn't show that he killed her. It just showed that he was preparing to bite her.
Yeah, right. 'Cause
So
he
he
was
just threw
screaming.
it.
He was screaming. He was screaming on her on her neck.
Part of me thinks that he just got a new wife, but then he was on the plane.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so probably he
He was on the plane, or he was on the chopper.
chopper. He was on the chopper. He really got there fast. Or was it? Yeah, he did get there fast because they went from one building to the other.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, because they went back to Olympus to save
his daughter. And
Not his daughter and the mom.
other- yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lily died supposedly or assuming because he was just there at her neck.
And
but
if not, the explosion would have killed her.
correct. And then it was a helicopter girl, the pilot,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Didn't she die from the propeller?
Yeah.
Yeah, the propeller went through her.
yeah, the blade went right. Yeah. First she got shot. I thought she got shot in the head
I know, me too. Me too. Yeah.
because there was a lot of blood aiming.
Just splattered. Yep. Yep. And then Scott Ward, and then maybe the mom.
I wonder if
don't
she
know.
just regretted it.
come back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She would have
Probably
been
not. Probably not. She probably did, but she probably didn't. Cause remember when they recruited her, she's like,
a friend of theirs.
"There's 2 million. Like, all right, I'm in. You don't want to know
But
what's
she
in?"
found out after the fact, when they were switching buildings. So where's the money? Like, there was no money.
Right. And then she said, "Well, you better save her."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then again, she came back, and I guess again her conscience. She built up a conscience for them. Well, at least she died happy doing something right.
Maybe not.
Or
and
good,
then,
at
and
least.
then Scott Ward. Yeah,
Yeah.
Scott Ward died.
I really, I don't know. I guess my hopes were going too high. Is that Scott Ward? I think he could have realized it was his daughter.
They killed him.
No, fighting back as a zombie and just not kill her daughter. But the daughter made a right move of killing Scott. No,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
thinking that
Yeah,
there was
yeah.
some kind of conscience left, human conscience left, knowing that it's his daughter or something like that. Maybe I'm just hoping for the best too much.
Wait, what do you mean? Because they had a conversation.
Yeah, no, after when he became a zombie.
You wanted him to know that that was his daughter before she shot him?
No, I was thinking maybe, not wanting, maybe he could have, because his deep love for his daughter.
Oh, that could like turn him to a good zombie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But no, I think him dying was good enough.
Like
Extending.
how are they gonna do? I mean, if they make a part 2, they would have to recast him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's dead.
No, I think because as I mentioned, if they're doing a part 2, but this time it's a whole different story with other people in their home or wherever it is this time.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast. If you have any questions, if you have anything else to say, if we missed a lot of things, or if we missed any, let us know. Comment in that comment section and tell your friends about us. Where can people find you in the social media world, bro?
Yeah, you can find me almost anywhere in the social media world, and Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, even TikTok. Just so you know, I'm not so active in it. I just do a lot of look. Now, if you're trying to reach me, please DM me first and say something of who you are and what you want to know, rather than just add me as a friend, because I don't add anybody just by nobody, or me add anybody basically. Other than that, yeah, you can find me there.
There you go. You guys can find me on any social media platform, main social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn, the Gum Fam Show. That's the Gum Fam Show, and you guys can follow this on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and all that. The Maximum Filipino Show. You guys can also email us if you have any suggestions, questions, or if you want to be part of our podcast, some of our episodes. Just email us, the Maximum Filipino Show, and we'll be happy to include you there. That's right. Our next podcast, our next Afterflicks, hopefully will be Jupiter Legacy. Jupiter's Legacy
with an apostrophe S.
Jupiter's Legacy.
There you go.
Yeah. And hopefully we'll finish it.
Yeah, we're just stuck on
I don't like TV shows. Which, by the way, the first episode of this TV show is actually pretty good, pretty interesting. They gave you a huge glimpse of action. That was a really good action.
Yes, it was very
action scene.
Very, very interesting how they opened, but it's not about it right now. But if you want to watch it, go ahead and watch it and
go start watching it.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, if you want to be part of that podcast, just let us know. Email us or DM us, and we will definitely include you.
Sounds good.
That's right. For me and Wakka and the rest of the TMFS gang, we'll see you guys later.
Late.
Correct.